This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck as a 2003 Ford F250 crew cab long bed. It's a 6.0 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's a Lariat, which is leather. And it's the FX4 off-road suspension, which is Rancho suspension installed at the Ford factory. This truck has 213,261 miles. It was a clear title. I happened to be at a local auction and saw this truck, and it had a little bit of a miss, and because we buy so many of these, I knew exactly what it was, and I was right. And we fixed it, and it's fine. Anyway, let's see. We got it here. We do an inspection. This is what our inspection looks like, and I will tell you what it says. Basically, we did both belts, steering stabilizer. We did sway bar links. The radiator had a little bit of a crack right on the top, and we didn't want to risk it and just go with it, so we got a new radiator for it. Rear brake pads are new. Left front hub is new, and the left front ABS sensor is new. And the miss was caused by a bad injector. Just a little stumble, but you could tell. Number 3 injector. So we replaced number 3 injector, and now it is fine. Also, little information here. It has no catalytic converter, no muffler, and it's had an EGR delete. Now, if you're buying a diesel truck and you don't know what that means, please ask somebody who knows about diesel why. Obviously, there's performance enhancements when you do this stuff, but there's also emissions questions. If you need a catalytic converter to pass smog in your state, and you want us to do it, add $375 to the price and we'll get it done. If you want a catalytic converter and a muffler, we'll do it for $500. We'll get it done. We don't make any money doing that, but we'll do that for you. But a lot of people don't want that stuff, okay? But it does also have an EGR delete. No EGR valve, EGR deleted, okay? So please know what that's all about. It's a good thing unless you don't know what it's all about, and then it can be a bad thing. So please don't buy a vehicle you don't understand. Do the research. This video is not possibly long enough to tell you the whys that people do that, but most experienced diesel trucks guys do exactly that, or a lot of them. Not most, but probably 50% do. Tires are pretty bad. I would say the tires are probably 20 or 30% tread. This is an Arizona truck, and it's a dark colored truck, so you're going to get this, which is, we're not going to do anything with the cosmetics of this truck because we're trying to keep the price down. And the price on this truck is going to be very, very fair. If you need a good truck, good running truck, this would be it. But cosmetically, at least the hood, it's not too bad. The rest of it's not too bad. The hood could use a paint. But if I were you, I would just get the hood painted for $200 or $300 at Mako, if you care. I would get a catalytic converter put on for $375 if you need it, and that would be it. Maybe, and tires. Tires to this thing, probably in the area of 600 to 700. If you're going to come here and drive it home, I would highly recommend it. In fact, I would demand it. I wouldn't want anyone to get killed. These tires are really low. We do tires sometimes before we sell them, but a lot of times we don't because people have different tastes in tires, and we don't want people, we don't want to buy tires and then find out some guy wants to lift it and put 37s on it. Then we've just wasted $600. So we don't do that anymore. $213,274. I'm going to open the hood first. We're going to look under the hood. We're going to open up the oil cap. We're going to look for blow-by, which would be smoke from the motor. Very, very, very light. That's very good. On a 213,000 mile diesel truck of any kind, that's very low. There's your Ford stamp there. There's another Ford stamp right there. You can kind of see it right there. There's a Ford stamp there. There's a Ford stamp there. Those Ford stamps indicate that nothing's been replaced due to crash damage. When people crash these things, they don't put Ford fenders on. They put some Korean stuff on there. So when you see that, you know it hasn't been wrecked. All right. There's your passenger rear window. I'm going to show you the Kelly Blue Book and the Carfax in just a second. Back seat looks great. This is weird. We don't know what that's all about. All it is a screen. There's no DVD player. There's no player in the car. We left it up there. They must have had some sort of a unit somewhere under the seat or something, but we couldn't find it. And well, we couldn't find it. We looked for it and it wasn't there. And anyway, we left it there in case somebody wanted to mess around with it. But there's nothing hooked up to it. Power forward, back, up, down, tilt up, tilt down, tilt up, tilt down. And then you got, let's see, your heated seats off and on. The interior of this truck looks great. There's your driver rear window. A little bit gross tint there, a little peeling off there. I would just peel this tint off, but we leave it on in case somebody wants it and doesn't really care what that looks like. There's the Kelly Blue Book on it. 213,000 mile Lariat with this equipment, which is what it has. Buy it from a dealer. Fair purchase price in the middle is $13,200. On the low end is $12,000. On the high end is $14,505. Here's your Carfax, no accident damage. This is what they say about it. Put in the Kelly Blue Book and then add $650 for a good Carfax. You end up with a $13,908 value. And it was all dealer serviced in New Mexico. All that's dealer service in New Mexico. Which is nice. All that dealer stuff here. And then here, it fails emissions. And it had that miss. So they probably freaked out, whoever owned it here, and said, we got to sell it. And that's probably why they brought this little hokey little auction down the street. And I just happened to walk in. It failed because it doesn't have a catalytic converter. And it has an EGR delete. And it had that miss. So the miss, for all three of those reasons, it would have failed it. So if the guy wanted it to pass, all he would need to do is put a catalytic converter on it right now, because obviously it's been tuned, because the EGR delete would throw a engine code. So it's been tuned to run without the EGR, and so all you would really need is a catalytic converter to make this pass smog. But I would imagine that because that injector was bad, that's probably why they sent it to the little local auction here, because they thought they had something more wrong than an injector. But we did a compression test on the motor and it was fine. And then the scanner told us that it was number 3 injector. Back, forward, up, down, tilt up, tilt down. So what you have here is a truck that needs tires and a catalytic converter, unless you don't need the catalytic converter in your state. Let's look at the roof here real quick. All right. Now we're in the car. Use a little steering wheel cover. I mean, this truck is not, the interior is actually pretty good. The steering wheel's probably the worst part of the truck on the interior, which obviously is the steering wheel cover away. Here's, but, works fine. Air conditioning. Yeah, it's already blowing cool. And getting colder. All right, the air works fine on all settings. Good. All right, let's see. Let me pull this forward a little bit so I can test the four-wheel drive. All right, let's put it in neutral. Go to 4 low. Now we're in 4 low. Drive. And reverse. Perfect. All right, neutral. Let's go to 4 high. Now we're in 4 high. Drive. Reverse. Perfect. All right. Neutral. 2-wheel drive. Let's go for a ride. All right. If you come to Tucson and drive it home, you're going to pay a dock fee of $250 and you're going to pay taxes. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if your state tax rate is 5%, you'll pay 7%. If it's 2%, you'll pay 4%. Just add 2% to your state tax rate and you'll know what you're paying for taxes. Okay? And then add $250 dock fee. And that's what you'll pay if you come here to drive it home. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price and that's it. No tax, no dock fees, nothing. Okay? Blah, 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 blah. Deposit is $500. Once we receive your deposit, we will put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. So please make sure once we have an agreed upon price that you get your deposit in so that somebody else doesn't get in front of you. That does happen once in a while around here. Someone will, we'll go back and forth. We'll negotiate a price. 8 in the morning, and they wait to go home to make the deposit because they're busy. They get home to make the deposit, and it's already sold to somebody else. Not only sold, but bought and paid for sold. And then they're pissed because we sold it from out from under them when they didn't make a $500 deposit on their credit card, which takes 10 seconds. So that's why we do that, because it takes, it's just a lot of work going back and forth to come up with a price and then not to, buy the car. Is kind of a waste of time. So get your deposit in, okay? Let's see. Warranty, obviously, 213,000 miles. It's 13 years old. There's no warranty. The people who built this at Ford bailed on this truck a long time ago, many years and many miles ago. Why did they do that? Because they didn't know what would happen after that many miles or that many years. If they could have given it a 20-year, 500,000 mile warranty, they would have. Nice front end truck. Very strong. This thing runs great. So basically what we're saying is we don't know more than the people who built the truck. Okay, the people who built the truck said we're out of here a long time ago, miles and years ago. Okay, they built it, they bailed, we're out also. If you buy this truck and it gets to you and it breaks 5 minutes after you get it, go get it fixed. There is a risk factor in buying anything used, and if you're not willing to accept risk and responsibility, then you should go buy a brand new one. And a brand new Lariat's only about $55,000 to $65,000, and you'll have 3 years and 36,000 miles of bumper to bumper to sleep well at night with, and everything will be fine. After that, you'll have powertrain to 100,000 miles, and after that, you'll owe 25 or 30 grand, and you'll have nothing. And that's the truth. Okay, so our goal here is to get people to buy our vehicles who understand there's some risk, give them as much information as we can, and hopefully everything is understood, and that we get the right people in the right vehicle. And so we give you as much information as we can. All right? Anyway, it runs great. Thank you for your time.